Do you do commissions? Are you interested in commissions? Do you want to know how I do commissions? Hi, Maria here from myartpixie.com, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about commissions and how I run my business. I am continuing in my series that covers all the ways that I make an income as an artist and illustrator. So let me tell you a little bit about how I run that part of my business. I have been doing commissions since high school. And then when I graduated from college studying art and graphic design, I would also do logos and other illustrations on the side. I didn't really have a constructive way of doing this. For example, I didn't really quite know what sizes to offer, or if I was going to do a watercolor or an acrylic piece on canvas. I didn't have any set boundaries for me as an artist at the start. There has definitely been a learning curve with commissions. Today, I can confidently say that I know what I'm doing. It honestly took me several years to figure this out. But now, a majority of my income comes from commissions. And I really think this is because I have a system set in place now, and I can say I really like doing commissions. I think it's important that as an artist and illustrator, I have a website, a place that I can direct people to go to so that they can look at my pricing and my sizing and all of those kinds of things. They can see what I have to offer as an artist, and it may be different from another artist and what they offer. So having a website will really give people an overview or a look at your portfolio and the work that you can do, and stay within that style that you like, and not have to kind of venture out into styles that you're not comfortable with or something like that. So if someone's hiring you, they are also hiring the style of art that you create. It's going to be different for everyone, of course, depending on what you offer as an artist. I know for me, I do mixed media illustrations, and for most people, they can get a grasp of that when they go to my website and they can look at my portfolio. Now, I also do some digital art as well, and so that's just part of the conversation. What are you looking for? Are you looking for digital art? Are you looking for more illustration on canvas or on watercolor paper and those kinds of things? So I do have those conversations with people. So this would be a great time for a story. Once upon a time, there was an artist who didn't know how to charge for her work. She would randomly make up prices, and a customer would say, "That's fine," or they would say, "Oh, that's way too much money." Because she wanted to do the work, she would adjust the price. One day, she finally realized that sometimes she was working so hard on a piece of artwork and she charged too little, and the customer was getting a fabulous deal. There has to be a better way, she said. After doing a lot of research, she decided that she was going to charge a certain amount per square inch. It worked! It helped her come up with clear pricing that ended up taking the guesswork out of how much she was going to charge her customers. The end. As you can probably tell, that artist was me. So now I charge a certain amount per square inch, and it has really helped me in my business. And over the years, I've had to increase that just to keep up with my skill level and inflation. It has become a very simple process. So let me tell you about the 3 game changers that helped me with my commissions. Game changer number 1, allowing my website to do all of the talking. Someone would ask me if I could do commission work for them, and I would say, "Sure, what are you thinking about doing?" And then they would give me a few details to explain what they were looking for. After that, I would direct them to my website and let them know that I do mixed media illustrations. And then they would always ask about the pricing. I would ensure them that going to my website would give them all of the pricing and the sizing, and that they could select what would work best for them. What I found out was that if people were really interested, they would go to the website. They would look at the sizes. They would even ask me questions sometimes. "Do you think that this size would work?" I would often say, "Go to a store, look at the frames, and that will give you a good idea of how big or small the canvas is that you want, or the illustration that you are looking for. If they were truly interested, they would purchase it, and it would come through on my end that it was purchased. At that point, I would ask them for reference photos, and then I would have a conversation about what they were looking for, and then I would start the work. This was really important to me. There was times in the beginning of my career as an artist and illustrator that I would get so excited. I would take the references and I would start drawing and everything like that, and I would work on something really hard only to find out that they weren't that interested, or they didn't want to pay the price that I had associated with that size of artwork. And so sometimes I wasted a lot of time and a lot of resources working on a project that I wasn't going to get paid for, or that maybe really wasn't going to come to an end. So now when someone goes to my website, they can see the sizes that I offer, and they can see the price right up front. It just takes out that awkward conversation of cost and price and all of those kinds of things. They can then have that conversation and try to figure out, what works best for them. And I don't really have to I'm kind of removed from that process, because then they're looking at the website and they're trying to decide what will work best for them. Now, if someone goes to my website and they decide that some of the prices are too high, then I'll suggest that they go with a smaller size, like a 5x7. But to be honest with you, most people just figure that out on their own, figure out what size that they want, where they want to put it in their house, that kind of thing. If they're giving it as a gift or whatever, they kind of figure all of that stuff out as they're looking through the website and looking at the prices and things like that. They're gonna make a selection based on their comfort level. Game changer number 2, I only take 2 commissions a month. That's right. That means that I only work on 24 pieces a year. Now, really, there is a little bit of wiggle room. If I have a client come to me and they want 2 pieces done, then I would put that together, and that would be 1 commission that I'm working on, and then it would still give me room for another commission. This has helped my workflow tremendously. Not only am I getting paid up front, but they know that I will take 3 weeks to work on their piece. This helps me to give all of the attention that piece of artwork needs. I can make it exactly how the client wants it. This has been a great process for me. So if you want to know any more information about it, just let me know in the comments below. Game changer number 3, run it like a business. You heard me, run it like a business. No artist does anything for free. Artists should be paid too. That's how they make their income. Even if it's your side gig, you should still treat it as a business, period. So if you run it like a business, you lead people to your website, they make a purchase, you get the reference photos, you talk a little bit about the detail of what they're looking for, you work on the piece, you're gonna take 3 weeks, and it's gonna be done. Sometimes there is refinements and things like that need to take place, but that's all within that 3-week span for me. And you should get paid for this work. That's going to be up to you and how you want to run your business. I take everything up front. There was a point in time where I took half at the beginning and half at the end. And unfortunately, there were a couple of times that I would go ahead and start working on a piece and not get paid. That was like, no, just don't do that. It really gets yourself in a bind. And so I take the payment up front, just like if they were going to get any other service done, like plumbing around the house, or if they were going to get their floors redone, they would have to pay that up front. It's just like that with an artist. Also, just a side note, you should never be asked to do a style of art that's not your own. If they're coming to you, they've probably seen your work on Instagram, or maybe they've seen, looked at your website or something like that. And so they should already have an idea of what your art style is, and then you work within that art style. If somebody asks you to do a painting that is like abstract and you like to do realism, then maybe you're not the artist for them. So just kind of keep that in mind. I would say that most people that come to me and ask me to do commissions for them, they already are familiar with the style that I have, and they are usually happy with the outcome because they've seen me repeat that style over and over again on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in learning more, let me know in the comments below. I know that I have some future commissions that I want to work on YouTube so that you guys can see the process. Maybe something from start to finish. That would be really cool. So yeah, let me know if you're interested, and I'd love to share that with you. If you missed it from last week, I'll put the link below, but I talked all about my Etsy shop. That's more my sticker shop. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Otherwise, next week I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about my coloring books. So make sure that you come and check that out. Until next time, bye.